Hello people of the internet. I have come for a tutorial today. I'm showing off my elevator design that I have come up with. It is rather compact. If you watched my other video you would have got some information on it. Very little actually, but some. So this elevator is the most compact one I could come up with for a 4x4 interior room. So the interior room's 4x4, 2x2, what am I saying? Boop, boop, boop. That's going to be easier. So it's got a 2x2, so 4 squares space of interior room to be able to stand in. You can have a few more players in here as well. So I've gotten it really compact. I don't think I could get it any more so. And this is a later version of it. That's the older version of it, which was pretty compact within itself. I've just messed around with some of the mechanics, made it silent, as opposed to pistons running all the time, but there used to be note block sounds. They're gone. Yay. So I will be showing you how to build this in a few seconds. I'll show you it off. So, you get in here, click the button, up we go. And that's how it works, in operation at least. So yes, you can see this is 1.16 for the moment. I will be showing you how to build it in the latest release of Minecraft, where you don't have this mechanic of being able to send a signal straight down. I love that ability. I'll show you a way of doing it. It's not as fast, but it is comparable. But once 1.16 comes around to use this, it's much easier. So I will show you how to build this right now. Now what I'll be showing you first is the actual elevator itself and not the input methods. I'll show you the input methods afterwards so you're able to figure out how to move them around and put them where you want them in your world. And I'll show you some cool tricks you can do with them. Mainly just putting delay on them really, that's the cool trick. But we'll come to that later. So as you can see, it's a 6x8 area. So inside those white squares is the actual elevator itself. So pretty small for the amount of room inside the actual elevator. So what we want to do is we want to bring this into here, 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 and here. So what it is it's 2 back and 2 side. And then you want to put a line of redstone, a line in there and there. And there. And yes, these do need to be obsidian or equivalent immovable blocks that carry redstone signal. Now this bottom layer of wool can actually be the floor. I've made it so you can have it as the floor. So if you want to get really creative with how to do it, I don't know how to do it exactly, but you could get rid of the obsidian layer and get it right on the bottom obsidian layer. Not obsidian, bedrock layer. To be able to just get the most height out of this as you possibly can. But okay, what you want to do is you want to put redstone in the places I just did and repeaters on 0 ticks right there. Next you want to put some more right here, another one there, and then a signal. So as you saw, I'm not the best at explaining this stuff yet, but I'm assuming you're following along or at least understanding of what I'm trying to do here. And this torch here will come into play later on for a system that helps a lot and you will thank me for it, so please put it in. And that is the first system, and we call that that's the first system done, and we call it the send system, is what I call it. Something you might want to do just quickly to help you along is put a block down there and a redstone torch, because we want this system to be always powered. Its default state is going to be powered. And then from there, I'll show you how to build the door mechanism. It is pretty simple. What you want to do, there, good job me, good job. What you want to do is you want to put a block there, that's your starting block in this system. And then you want a comparator. It's very important that it is a comparator. And then you want that comparator going into a block that has a redstone torch. And then you want to get the redstone torch signal through the top there as well. And then you want to send these all the way to the edge of the perimeter that we designated before. So it's a full 8 blocks length. Then you want to push one of these in like that. And then you want to use 3 immovable objects. You could use terracotta if you wanted actually. And then you want to put 2 repeaters down with zero changes to them. I don't know if that's 0 tick or 1 tick. I'm just going to call them 0 ticks. Sorry if that's incorrect. Redstone. Then you want to place a sticky piston on top of those, 2 slime blocks, and your door material. I'm just going to use white glass. That is my... You can replace this with whatever pretty block you want later on. But this is good for diagnosing what you want. So that's the door system implemented. And it comes with an automated inbuilt something to help close the door before the elevator starts moving. It's rather handy, trust me. Otherwise the elevator messes up and you go, why on earth am I building this thing? And you get slightly stressed out. But that's enough of me complaining. I'll show you how to build the actual slime machine, slime engine, flying machine. That's what I was meant to say. Flying machine next. With this flying machine, I'm added an extra bit that you don't necessarily need if you don't want doors, but it's in there because of the doors. And I forgot the actual block I needed for it. Good job me. Doing brilliantly at this tutorial stuff. So good. So good. What you want to do is you want to bring, we'll start with this side actually. So 2 up and then 2 across. Place down your composter. It's the cheapest variation of this. You could use a cauldron. And then you want 2 observers facing down like this. Then you want a slime block there. Piston, piston. Both sticky. Then on this side, you do 2 up. 2 observers facing down. 1 sticky piston there. And slime and then sticky piston. That is the bottom of the flying machine. Then you want to place either slime or honey in these 2 positions I'm placing them now. And you want to vary. You want them to be different to each other. So you want to do it like this. You could put honey here and slime here. But you could probably figure that out. You do need slime for this bottom one though. Next, you want to do honey in the front here in this pattern. That pattern is the main pattern that you'll be using when you're using the main carriage. Next, you want to place 2 more observers. Well, you want to place 1 observer here and then a sticky piston. And same on the other side. And that is the flying machine up and operational. Next, you want to place blocks of decorative variety in the places I am placing them now. And then terracotta, whatever color you want. They're going to be ugly no matter what you do in those 2 spots there. Unfortunately, this is all to do with the door. That's why iron doors are sometimes preferable. Next, what you want to do is you want to pillar up from, get a pillar up block. Blistering, get a pillar up block. Next, you want to place a pillar up from one of these 4 locations here, all the way up to the height you want to stop the roof at. So I've already pre-done it. And what you want to do is, once you're up here, is you want to place obsidian at the place you want to stop. What you want to do is you want to place one back with 1 gap in it, and then 2 block gap, and then mirror. So that stops all 4 of the main chassis segments of the flying machine. Next, you want to send it all the way up, because it's much easier to build on it when it's up there. That's why that block there was easy before. And as you see, you've already got the actual elevator working. You're just setting up the sense systems at the moment and the doors. Next, what you want to do is you want to actually place 2 obsidian right underneath there to stop it from running away on you, because it gets really annoying. You really want to do that. Trust me. Trust me. Next, I'll show you how to make the send down setup. What you want to do is you want to place a normal piston, as soon as I get to the right spot, facing this way. And same on this side, pretty obviously. And then you want to send these 3 back. I believe it's 3 back. Yes, it is. 3 back, and then 1 across, like that. And then you want to place 2 repeaters with a with 2 tick delay. So yeah, like that. 2 tick delay. And I forgot to put the redstone on my hotbar. Good job, me. Then you want to place 2 pieces of redstone right there and there. And then you want to ladder this down by 2. You want to put a dead spot there. And redstone all the way across. And then a block here. And a block there. Then you want to put a repeater with no changes. And a torch. And same on the other side. Next, it's the doors. So what you want to do is you want to get a obsidian block this time, or equivalent immovable, you know the drill already. And then you want to place a observer on top of that. And then into a block that goes across like this. You want to send these all the way out like we did with the downstairs one, and then 1 torch on top of that. That is to play with this signal we brought down before. Then you want to send redstone across to these sides, and then a block up like that. Three obsidian. 1 tick piss there. 1 tick repeaters into a block, and on top of that block, sticky pistons. Slime, decorative block. And there it is. You've got 2 systems ready to actually go. Very simple if you ask me. Probably too simple. When did it become so easy in Minecraft? Seriously, my old design that I had 7 years ago was so much bigger. But I'm getting way off topic. Moving on to the inputs. Let me just sort out my hotbar and I will show you some of the input stuff. I'll show you what inputs you need on each line first before I continue with some of the cool stuff you can do with it. So what you really want to do for this top one here is you want I'll just bring it out to here. You want an inverted signal coming off a 4-tick piston. That is 4-tick repeater that is coming off an observer. That will give you the exact timings and everything. If you followed all my very weird instructions, follow what I did, know what I said, really seriously follow what I did and know what I said. And this should send it down straight away. It looks so pretty. I love it. Now for this one, your input's going to be here as we saw a bit earlier. And yet again, it is an inverted input. All of these systems generally use an inverted input. That messed up because the input was too short. This one you need a long input. This is actually a good time to show you how to troubleshoot this machine. So in this case, what you want to do is you want to work on the right side before you work on the left side, because the left side has got the composter signal, I am here at this floor signal. So you work on the right side first. What you want to do is you want to bring all of them into one spot. So you put a button on these and you press the button to get it to the spot you want. A good idea is to actually break these two pieces of glass or decorative blocks in the back here. It helps you later on with trying to troubleshoot. And then you want to place a button here and press it, and that will bring it all the way down to the bottom. Do the same on the other side, and it's all the way on the bottom. Okay, I'll show you what to do with this one now. So what you want is you want the comparator input. It makes life a lot easier with the comparator input setup. And that comparator input goes into a redstone line like this. So like that. And then you want these at 4 ticks on this one, 4 ticks on this one, 3 ticks on that one. And that will send the elevator up. Now a good method to troubleshoot these is to actually use note blocks, because all you have to do is hit it and it'll activate. So when you're troubleshooting, use note blocks. So the way I've been sending the signal up is through a water stream. The best way, fastest way to send a signal upwards too, trust me, I love it. So much better than the instant redstone I used to use. So I have it placed here. You can move it to other spots. Say you're in a tight confined space, you can move this to other spots, but I do suggest putting it here. And you want to place an immovable block here. You can place it with a terracotta block or anything like that. I just like using barrels because barrels are cool. So that's how I would suggest that's how I would not suggest, that's how I would tell you to set the signal up. Now, if you wanted to extend the signal, what you want to do is you want to put a observer here, going into a 2-tick repeater, and then as many repeaters delay as you want. And you may be asking why you want to delay. It's mainly if you move your button out of reach of the actual door, so if you say you're in here and you can't actually reach it, you want to give it a bit of delay to give you time to get into the elevator, and then it can go. There is another way of setting that up, and that's setting it up through this system here, like putting a beeping sound into it if you really want. But that would happen on each floor and it would get rather annoying. Trust me, I've tried with my 4-floor system over there. So that's how I would suggest sending the signal up. Not there, you know what I mean. Now, now for sending the signal downwards, I'm using the new mechanic in 1.6, which is brilliant. Or was it 1.16? 1.16, sorry. Wow, I'm very old when it comes to this game. Haven't been uploading many videos though, if any. But let's move on. So in 1.16, you got this new mechanic. So when you push a block near this, it sends it all the way down, and then you can pick it up with an observer. So that's how I've been sending the signal down in an instant. But you can do it in another weird way. You need this, a sticky piston, slime or honey. I'll just use honey because I went past slime, didn't even realize. Good job me. And I will actually just swap this out, so I'll be right back with you. So what it is simply a line of redstone blocks behind pistons, sticky pistons, with a line of sticky block and then another redstone, and then continuing with this on. It's the old instant redstone because you used to have it powered, and when it unpowered, it all unpowered at the one time. But what we're waiting for is the repowering and activating this. You can set it up to make it the other way, but I would rather not waste the effort. So that's how you would send it in the current release in Minecraft. The 1.16 method is maybe slightly more bulky, yes, but a lot faster and a lot prettier and a lot less chances of it breaking on you. Virtually no chances of it breaking on you, which is very handy, trust me. This is a pretty reliable system too, but when you have two hermits, can't half tell what I watch. When you have two players at both ends, you can have some problems. So that's how you would set it up in the current release of the game. Now, one thing I did realize I haven't done is explain why I've done some of this stuff, so I'll go through that now. This 4-tick repeater here is to make sure that these are retracted long enough to not double signal the observer. That will make the flying machine stop dead in its tracks. So that's why that's on 4. Now, the reason why this torch goes into these blocks is so that when the elevator is not at the floor, it's not going to activate this system here. It's going to leave these blocks alone, therefore cutting down on the sounds. I did have a system like that on the bottom, but I'm using redstone there now instead of note blocks. Now the reason that these are here, this repeater going into a torch, activating this redstone down here, is to send a preemptive signal to the doors to shut them before the elevator leaves. That makes it so that the elevator doesn't get caught on the door blocks, these 4 door blocks here, that will there again, make it stop dead in its tracks and maybe even have to make you go troubleshooting. It's always fun with the troubleshooting. And you can see those systems, well, at least one of those systems down here in this right here. That's what this torch is for. It sends a signal up into this line that sends the preemptive signal. That's about all I can tell you on this elevator. If you have any questions, give me a comment in the description. I may make a better video in the future. Much further in the future probably. But I do have a lot of other builds to show off and give a tutorial on. Like my much smaller piston door designs than the majority of ones out there. And not just smaller, but even part count down a lot, and I love that part. And then I've got the elevator designs that I am working on. The multi-floor elevator designs that I have done all the calculations and everything. This is the calculation row. That will have 31 floors. That's how many floors I can get in this elevator theoretically. It's epic. I love it. You should love it too. So I'll see you in the next video as soon as I get around the laziness to make it. Hopefully my laziness gets cured because of this. Maybe, probably not, but let's try anyway.